in engineering economic systems, and I think it's very important. Whether or not you're going to continue on and do this, hopefully you will, and go into one of the STEM fields, science, technology, engineering, math, that you're doing this, you're taking the time. You know, when a lot of other your friends are probably out doing other things, that you're spending the time learning all these things about energy and engineering, math, and technology. It's great to see, and I think you're all off to a fantastic start. As you go to high school, you're going to be very, very well prepared. I'm very happy to be able to give you this opportunity to come here up by Capitol Hill to give your presentation. I know yesterday you also made your presentations, and hopefully that was a good experience for you. Hopefully today will also be. So with that, we have a few more minutes before you do your presentations. Any questions that anyone has for me? You're always thinking about your presentation. No questions about anything? Someone has that question. No one wants to be the first one.
Yeah, exactly.
How long have you been in Congress for?
8 years. This is my fourth term, so 2-year terms. I've been in Congress for 8 years. I live in Western Springs, so a little bit further east from where you're at. I went to St. Ignatius for high school. I went to Northwestern, got my bachelor's degree at Northwestern, and went to Stanford for my master's, and I got a PhD in political science at Duke. So I always encourage everyone. My mother always encouraged me to keep going in school, get as much of an education as I could. I really loved, in high school, I loved physics and I loved math, and I always was interested in how things work and in problem solving, and that's what engineering is about. And so I went into engineering. I got 2 degrees in engineering, but I've always really loved government politics and public policy, and trying to figure out what are the best policies to have, try to make things work better. And certainly energy that you're looking at is a critical issue. Anywhere you go in the world, having access to reliable energy sources is very, very important. And now as we deal with issues of climate change, issues of, we don't want to, the United States does not want to have to rely as much as we can to get away from relying on other countries for energy, although it will always be the case probably, at least in the near future, that we will. These energy projects that you're working on, I think, are one of the most important things that we have to deal with in this country. Any other questions? Yes?
You mentioned you were an engineer. I also want to be an engineer. Did you like it?
I like being an engineer from the standpoint of I like problem solving. I sort of feel like now I have a lot of different types of problems that I work on solving as an elected official, and I just decided I was more interested in doing that than working every day as a mechanical engineer. I have a number of friends who I went to school with who are still working as engineers. I have a good friend who is working on satellites right now, and it's all what interests you, and what type, the type of engineering. I like mechanical engineering because I like to be able to see things that I'm working on. I like to be able to visualize things, and so I like that type of engineering. Electrical engineering is much more mathematical. I like the math, but I still prefer to see things and try to understand things that I can see. So there's all kinds of different places you can go in engineering. And no matter what, an engineering background is good, because engineering, like I said, engineering is problem solving. No matter what you're going to be doing, it's good to have that type of background. It teaches you a way of thinking and approaching problems, which I think is very useful no matter what you're doing. Yeah.
How do you plan to use current energy and energy sources in the future of the U.S. so far?
How do I
plan to use the
How do I
energy sources that we currently have in the U.S.
Well, I think first of all, right now we are seeing a great increase in the amount of natural gas which is available in the U.S. That is really going to change the economy to some extent. Natural gas is still a fossil fuel, but having the accessibility to it here in the U.S. Means I think we're going to be, right now there are coal plants that are being turned into electricity plants, power plants that are being changed to run on natural gas. You're going to see more of a push to have natural gas for our transportation, for cars, especially. You're going to start seeing more of that. You also see different industries, the chemical industries, starting to come back to the United States because of access to natural gas. We also have more oil that is being found here in the United States. But I think it's really critical that we continue to work on renewable and alternative energy sources. There's a lot of good work that's being done on alternative energy. I've been able to visit some labs across the country to see and to talk to some of the scientists and engineers about what's going on with things such as biofuels. So taking whatever it is, whether it's algae or some other plants, biological material, to turn that into fuel, which can be done, but it has to, we need to figure out how to do it in a way that's going to be competitive economically. And so those things have to continue to move forward. Solar energy, especially as nanotechnology, what we're doing with nanotechnology now makes solar panels much more efficient. That is also very critical. And so all these things we need to keep working on in developing, doing the research and developing that into different forms of energy. I think there's so many opportunities out there, so many possibilities. We know how to do everything. We know how to use all these different sources, wind, solar, but it's a matter of making it efficient enough so that it's economically feasible and compete with other sources of energy. So are we all ready for the, are we all set up here?
I believe so.
All right, do we have anyone